Hi there. Howdy, everybody. And welcome to Watercolor Wednesday. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. George is being a real weirdo. George has decided he wants my seat, which is fine. But then he rolled over onto his back to get a belly scritch because it's apparently a thing George likes, is belly scritches. Who knew? I didn't. So we're going to go on ahead and add some music. Let's do that. Okay, now he's ejected himself from my spot. It's nice of him. And we're going to start today with Watercolor Wednesday. Do that. There we go. That's where we are so far. We're not ready yet. We don't have any water. So we'll put water in here. Some water. Badly. GoPro mount. Cool. He can. I wonder if there's a way I can get just the streaming part of this. Hey, Brent. This is me trying to, you know what? Lounge music's never really actually been that much fun for me. All right. I'm just trying to get to the stream here. I wonder if there's a way. I know that the stream feeds out a data spot somehow. No, that's not what I'm looking for. They're upselling me. Nope. Totally didn't. Nor did I see Mariner. Totally. No, nobody. I saw nobody. You didn't either. Nobody saw anything. Which is top secret. I don't know. I guess we'll find out. But the episode was directed by Johnny Frakes, so I have faith that it would be good. I mean, at least that's a plus. When I streamed my experiencing data spots. I don't know what you're talking about. Here. Oh. There we go. Put me here so that I can. What do you mean by data spots? I'm just organizing this here so that you can see the picture, and I've got a picture and then a large view or an overview, and then I put me in this little corner over here. There. Oh. I see what you're saying. I'm like, I don't know what that means. Somewhere there is a way. Good morning, Donald. Like, how do I get the chat monitor? There's a way to do this so that, like the chat window here, I have a chat window which has the chat going, and it's a URL. And if I can just remember where to find that URL, right? Docs, chat window, tools. Settings, maybe? I'm gonna do this. And it's no. Oh, hey, accessibilities. That's kind of useful. Advanced. Somewhere they're going to talk about, somewhere in here they talk about the stream. I don't remember how I set up my stream on this one. In the chat window. Hang on, I'm working on this. Hi, Donald. There we go. Channel. Oh. Ah. Eh? Perfect. Now what I can do is star this as black restream chat. Save it to my bookmarks. Then it'll be here. I can go to my bookmarks because they share. Mobile. Where did it go? Bookmarks? No. I need my mobile bookmarks. Okay. We will save it to a different location. And we will save it to my work bookmarks. They're slightly different. They're in a different order. I wish they wouldn't do that to me. And let's see if this works. Okay, let's test this. I'm going ahead and Brent, do me a favor and post something. Just say something. Let's see if this works. I'll take anybody saying something. Boo. 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 Good. Boom. Booyah. Now we've got ability to read something. Which is exactly what you just wrote. Thank you, guys. Mary's still kind of working over here, just kind of working on the grays. I don't know. What did he say? Long trip. It's been a long road. Of course, it occurs to me that if Pepper wants to join, I won't know from over here because I cannot see the thing. So I'm waiting for, I have to wait for do the thing and see if I can open. What I'll do is I'll get up every so often and check it. All right. Then you could erase any watercolors? I didn't. Learned this trick. Doctors don't want you to know about this one silly trick. Yeah, let's not do that. Okay. A very fine brush it is, then, I guess. Lights. Probably working with this stuff. Move my mic over closer to me, or is this one not on? Can you hear me better now? Let's turn this one up. Better? Can you hear me better? Especially if I'm talking down like this. There's like a delay. About the same. How about now? Better? I feel like I fuss with the stupid microphones, then I move, and I go like I do something else or something. Okay, good. Thank you. Okay. Good. I feel like I fuss with those things a lot, and then I'll move them for whatever reason, because I have something to do or I've got to go somewhere or something. It's like, well, then it just gets all like confused and I sound all small again. Trying to get kind of the vagaries of the whole. And it's sort of multicolored sort of thought process here. It's somewhat kind of showing sort of a little bit of paneling. That. Just showing that there's a little bit of a difference in the paneling and things like that on the ship. There we go. making sure nobody's over here waiting for me. We're getting some of the paneling in. Yeah, that's actually what I did. I've got my phone here, and that's actually what it's doing. The problem is, the phone can. There's a link for the chat, which is just a normal URL. But it's just the chat. Now I could bring up the entire show, but if I put the show here, then I get the echo from everything, because it's actually putting the show up here. And actually on the tablets, I still don't see the other pieces where people are. What I'm doing is now just using pure water. Just straighten out some of this stuff that's not quite to the spots that it's supposed to be at. So I'm just kind of going back through and just dropping a little bit of water here and a little bit of water there. And that's just clearing up any places where the paint didn't quite get to the corners and stuff like that. I don't want this to be like showing that kind of I want it to look like a unified spacecraft, like it's all one thing. Use multiple different colors and different brushes and stuff like that. We want it to look like it was, purposely built this way. Get some of the whole structure sort of streak in the same place and go the same direction. And that gives it a little more unity and kind of clumps everything together a little bit better. So far. I'm figuring if you're thinking about where this is the NX01 refit, right? So she has the refit means that she's got this secondary hull, which Doug Drexler added that a little later on as sort of part of his if I were in charge of the Enterprise sort of thing. And he went through and added that secondary hull, which I think is so cool and was a very good idea. Very, very, very good idea. So what I want to do about this is my thought is, after she'd been on her 5-year mission with Archer, then we're talking about another 5-year mission. And, you know, a few more missions with this secondary hull before they decide, she's really too old. I have to decommission her. Apparently revert her to the Fleet Museum. So in doing so, we wanted to want to show that she's taken some rough tumbles, you know. She's not perfect anymore. Saucer. Yeah. I mean, I'm guessing there was some logical reason behind all of that. I mean, I think that by this point, in wherever her history is at this point in time, I think at this point, she has shield generators instead of just armor plating. Computer screens. That's somebody joining. That's Colton. Hey, Colton.
Oh, there I am. Okay. Good morning.
It just takes me a second because I'm over at my workstation.
Nice.
Good morning, my friend. How are you this morning?
All right. Yourself?
I'm doing okay. It's Watercolor Wednesday.
Yay. I'm not doing watercolors, but yay.
That's all right. It's totally cool. Uh-oh. Somebody else joining.
Pepper.
It's Pepper.
Hey, called it.
Pepper.
Hello.
What's up, Pepper?
It's Watercolor Wednesday.
Yeah, I know. I need to still get out my watercolors. I'm gonna bring them over here. I'm gonna... I don't know. Do something.
Do a thing.
Yeah, this is watercolor paper. That'll work.
Yep, you'll need watercolor paper. Ooh. I feel like that's Brent talking smack.
What?
Brent's talking smack.
That's fair. Pepper and Guy definitely have way more experience than I do. Pepper might have more than both of us.
Really not that difficult, Colin. You can definitely do it.
Oh, I have it. I just haven't touched it in a while.
That's what they all say. Hold on, Bill's listening to Columbo.
Listening to what?
I swear he said no clipping Columbo, but you know.
I heard him say Bill is listening to Columbo, and I'm confused on who Columbo is. All right, Guy, telephone. What did you hear?
Yeah, like I said, I heard no clipping Columbo. I don't know if that's...
This is literally like
Bill is watching Columbo.
Watching Columbo. Okay, I was close.
In the other room. And he's excited because it's an episode with William Shatner in it.
Yeah, that's cool.
What is Columbo?
It's an old 70s...
Oh my god, what?
Colton's young. It's
He's
Miss
not
Columbo.
that much younger than I am. I know what Columbo was.
Oh,
Tell
wow.
Miss Columbo is Kate Mulgrew.
I haven't seen. Okay, yeah, I know what you're talking about now.
Basically, yeah, Bill was feeling nostalgic and started watching Columbo.
That's very nostalgic.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's doing that.
But yeah, no, I don't watch Columbo. I've never watched Columbo. I just know it from pictures now. Like looking at it, I'm like, oh, I have seen that. What is a home line?
Yeah. So
How was life before the internet?
So here's the funny thing is, okay, so before I start on like
It's a cloud with
my
attitude.
watercolor thing, right? So he was watching one of the Columbo episodes the other day,
Okay.
and so they were in this episode. They were talking about on how this person got a fine for not updating their car to have car seatbelts installed.
Mm-hmm.
Which, a lot of people don't realize car seatbelts weren't actually in cars until like the late 60s.
I forgot
It's
about
like a
that.
mandatory thing. It was just, one of those things that people like just don't like completely overlook about safety and for vehicles. Everyone thinks that they just come with seatbelts now, and they always did.
They don't?
And little fun fact, my godmother, her father, whom I called Grandpa Cecil, is one of the people that worked on the seatbelt for GM.
Huh.
And he actually owned the patent for the actual mechanism that we originally called for the seatbelt.
Yep, Volvo was one of the first cars to put out seatbelts in the 60s. Ford era. I'm sorry, in the 50s.
Yeah.
The thing is, Tucker, a guy named Tucker, was making cars in the 40s with seatbelts, and it had seatbelts, it had safety glass, it had a third headlight in the center of the hood that turned the steering wheels. So when you steered, the center headlight would turn to look where you're going.
I do remember seeing something about that like a long time ago. But
Yeah, and what happened was GM and the big three, Chrysler, GM, and Ford, were so intimidated because the changes he would make to make a car that was so much safer, because it would be so much safer to do, the changes he would make would cause them millions of dollars of repairs at the time, in the 40s. So they ran him out of business. Rather than give us more safety features.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until Ralph
you're costing us money.
wrote a book called Unsafe at Any Speed about the Corvair when they decided to change all of that to be different, because by then Congress was realizing that one of the leading causes of death amongst Americans was automobile accidents. And so
Now the number one cause of death of Americans is heart failure.
Yep, now it's heart failure. Back then, it was really close to being. So
You have no heart. It fails.
Yay.
Yay.
So anyway, that's the story of seatbelts and safety regulations. It's one of the reasons why I say I get the idea of not trusting.
Is this why you're a safety instructor?
That's why I'm a safety instructor. I tell people that when you start talking about the safety features of vehicles.
Yeah. But to actually add to it, in the 80s, early 80s, late 70s, early 80s, me and my sisters had... So GM produced like belts to show kids on how to actually use a seatbelt.
Yeah.
And so me and my siblings and my cousins used to play with these GM supplied toys that were literally seat buckles, teaching you on how to buckle and unbuckle a seatbelt yourself.
Yep.
So I played with those.
I think primarily the reason they did that was because people would do this little game of, I just don't understand how seatbelts work, as a way to not have to use seatbelts.
Well, I know.
Finally, GM et al. Were like, well, here's a little toy
Yeah.
And if you still can't figure it out, we'll help you more. You know,
You can't figure it out.
You know,
here's a ticket.
Yeah, no, I'll be realistic. From the stories that I heard growing up as a kid because of his involvement in other people, I got to hear some pretty weird. People were not really happy with the way that GM did their seatbelt program.
mm-hmm.
From what I found out as a kid growing up, and later, like I had family members describe like people were angry enough to actually threaten like people that I knew their life because of it. And that kind of was like
eye-opening.
Yeah, it was like I didn't realize that people would want to kill someone because they wanted to keep other people safe.
A lot of people hate change.
Well, yeah. and people hate change, and it was a restriction of your freedom. People felt that it was very much restrictive of their freedom. Yep. And so they were very against it. My dad was even, I mean, he wasn't threatening people. He was definitely.
I'm waiting for 600 bionic replacement part. What?
Okay.
That's a lot of replacement parts there.
Yeah. Donald's got a lot of replacement parts you gotta worry about.
I mean, it does not surprise me, especially after being part of 2020 and everybody freaking out about masks.
Yep.
Yeah. No, it's something that's gonna hurt, like actually save my life. No, or save other people. We don't care.
I love the animes that do like in the early 2000s. We had a lot of them where there was like where they would basically go like in the distant future, blah blah blah, humanity started replacing themselves with machines and stuff like that. And it's like I loved some of those because it kind of was like, yeah, I can completely see this happening. Well, I guess that website's broken.
Right? You just saying Donald Pickett is that man.
Okay, so this is interesting.
I wonder how much he would cost today.
Ooh. Bad Robot Insider.
And I lived for $6 Million Man. That was one of my favorite shows. You know what's so cool about $6 Million Man? In the very beginning, they show this, Steve Austin, astronaut, and shows him going out and flying this thing and this experimental aircraft and crashing it. And the funny part is that actually was a real NASA spacecraft. It was a lifting body. They were working in the 60s on trying to figure out how to make the entire aircraft a wing. And so that was part of what that was this this spacecraft aircraft thing. They were working towards the space shuttle ultimately. And that actually happened. One of those lifting bodies, the XB-70, crashed. But the guy walked away from it in real life. Like the astronaut who flew that actually walked away from that crash. Whereas apparently Steve Austin was injured beyond repair. required Oscar to say, "Gentlemen, we can rebuild him. We can make the first bionic man better than he was before."
I loved what the Venture Brothers did to the Bionic Man.
Wouldn't surprise me.
If anyone's actually seen the episode when the Bionic Man is actually introduced with his Sasquatch lover.
Also does not surprise me. Bigfoot.
Apparently, I'm getting the guy who played Chekhov is also in the same episode.
Walter Koenig?
Mm-hmm.
He trolled me hardcore in real life.
Walter Keenan?
Walter Koenig, yeah. I had an interview with him, and we started the interview, and I'm like, I'm here with Walter Koenig, who played Chekhov in Star Trek. And then he goes, all of a sudden he goes, man, 60 years of acting, and all I've got to show for it is a second-rate star or space sci-fi epic. And he's like, that's it, I'm out of here. And he stands up and he starts to walk away. And I'm like, I said one sentence, and apparently I am crashing this interview. And like the guy behind the camera was looking at me with these huge saucer eyes, like, how did you crash this already? Door, and he turns around and he's laughing, and I'm like, you're trolling. You're trolling. Okay.
What did you do?
Yeah, I know, totally. It was like really?
Way to go, guy. Blowing the interview.
Right off the bat. So after that, we made a rule on Geek Tank that I wasn't allowed to interview Star Trek actors, because that shook me up really bad. Because I was like, this is a hero of my childhood. And he's like walking out of the interview on me. And I'm like, what did I do, God?
I ruined everything.
Yeah, it was horrible. On the flip side was René Auberjonois. That's still one of my favorite interviews. Because I interviewed him, and he was the sweetest guy. And he answered all my questions. You know, I've recently found out that many other people asked the same exact question I asked. That's right. Then he did a little bumper for us where he was like, you know, I'm René Auberjonois. I played, you know, all these characters. And every time he did, he'd switch into the voices of the characters. And it was really cool. He was just cool.
I looked up one of Bill's favorite Star Trek actors on Cameo, thinking, okay, like some of them have pretty affordable rates. Others, I found out, really don't. The guy that he likes the most is like $300 something.
For what?
For a cameo that's like only 15 seconds long.
Oh. Damn.
Yeah.
We're in the
Only?
wrong business, gentlemen.
Only?
Yeah, only 15 seconds long, yeah.
You said $1,500?
No, 300.
$300 for every 15 seconds.
Oh.
What's funny is
You're
like
sending back a message saying, "You whore."
No. I just can't afford, like, if I was gonna do something nice for Bill, like, that's the guy that I need to try to figure out on how to get the funds for that.
Right.
To
Right.
deal. But no, I found they have like a ton. Like when I mean a ton, like they have a ton of Star Trek actors on cameos still.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So, and there are some that are only like, I think the cheapest one I found was like $50 for a personalized message.
Yeah.
$50?
Yeah,
It's not terrible, but still.
No, I'd pay that.
yeah. I thought it was a reasonable thing because, like, the person, they're known for, like, I think the actress who played Tasha Yard is actually pretty, yeah, she's actually pretty nice. She's, like, nicely priced as well on there, too.
Yeah. Denise Crosby. Mm-hmm.
But also, she's actually, I found out, like, she's incredibly nice to her fans.
Yeah.
Like, she really, really likes meeting the fandom.
She made an error, and she knows it. And so, because
She did an error?
She made an error, yeah. What happened with Denise was, in the first season of Star Trek, they weren't sure, or Next Generation, they weren't sure it was going to make it. In fact, so much so that Patrick Stewart never unpacked from a suitcase for the entire first season because he was sure they were going to be canceled. You know, this wasn't going to go anywhere. Who really wanted to watch a remake of old 60s sci-fi anyway? You know, like this was back in the day before it was a phenomenon. And the Trekkies were just us, like, kids that nobody really knew. Mm-hmm. So they didn't know that there was they didn't know it was going to be popular. They didn't know anything. So at some point along the line, Denise was like, well, I'm on a dead-end show, and all I ever say is hailing frequencies open, hailing frequencies closed. And that's it. And so I want out. So go on ahead and write me out. Because you have to remember that they shot like 6 episodes before anything went to air. Mm-hmm. So, you know, so they've got 6 episodes in, and she's just doing hailing frequencies open, hailing frequencies closed. And she's like, this is a dead end job. So she's like, I want out. Well, of course, then it got popular. And people started to really like it, and it started to go somewhere, and she started to see the fandom and started to actually understand a little bit more of what was going on. And she's like, I have made a grave error, not just for my career in her world, but also to the fans, that there actually are fans. She hadn't gone to a convention at that point or anything like that, so she didn't really know. So that's why she's very gracious to the fans. I mean, part of it is she's just a nice person. But part of it is that she feels kind of like, you know, she wronged us a little bit by saying, yeah, this is dead end, you know. So then it turned out to not be dead end. You didn't end up with any of those. That very rarely happens on the newer shows now. Most people are really grateful to get the job on Star Trek. because they know it's the life once they get in. Because they'll be going to Star Trek conventions, and they can pretty much bank on it and retire with this.
Yeah. Although I do have to admit, Scott Bakula's role, that was a little weird for me. I still lump him into Quantum Leap.
Right? It's like a bad leap.
Yeah, pretty much.
Alright, you're moving.
Tasha's sister. All the Trek women con. Okay.
Let's see. Yeah. Oh, cool. Yeah, Brett Spiner is $299.
Mm-hmm.
Jonathan Franks is $300.
Mm-hmm.
Nana Visitor is only $100.
Nana likes people. She actually throws parties at her house.
Yeah.
And
Jerry Ryan is $345.
it's because she's a captain now.
Yep. Trying to think. John Billingsley is $50. Denise Crosby and Denise Crosby is $150. So this is I don't know if you remember her or not, but she played Nicole DeBauer.
She played the newer Dax.
Yeah. She's only
I
59.
remember everybody.
Yeah, she's only 59.
She's a sweetie too. I mean, like, she's really nice in person, and like, apparently, I've never interviewed Brent Spiner, but apparently Brent will chew you up if you aren't ready for your if you're not ready when you know, like, you're for your interview, you come in, you say or whatever, he'll just eat you for breakfast. And so I'm not allowed to interview Brent Spiner because of the same, he'll just ruin my view of Data forever sort of thing. So, because I mean, and I don't blame him. You know, he gets interviewed 4 zillion times at a convention, and everybody wants, and they're usually probably all asking the same 2 questions. You know what I mean? I can't blame him. But on the same token, I'm just a guy trying to do the thing, and I'm a fan, no less. You know, so
yeah,
it's like,
surprisingly enough, Doug Jones, whom not just Star Trek but is known for so much, his fee on Cameo is only $60.
he is such a nice guy. I met him at that first con that we did back whenever we were, I don't remember where we were, Rocky Mountain Con. He was at one of the Rocky Mountain Cons for whatever reason. And he didn't get a lot of people who saw him because they didn't quite understand who he was, I think, because this was right at the first season of Discovery. And so since there was nobody there, I went over and had a chat with him, and I was like, I remember that it was right after the premiere of Discovery. So, because I went up and I said, "Hey, I really like Lieutenant Saru," and he's like, "Oh, I'm a commander now," but that's a spoiler, and you don't know that yet. And I'm like, "Cool, Commander Saru."
Yeah,
So
cool.
I sat there and like chatted with him, and then he gave me a big hug, and because I had said, "Hey, don't let the Trekkies get to you. They eat everybody's lunch." like don't let him eat you up for us. Don't take it to heart. And I said, we're a contentious bunch, us Trekkies, and we are notorious for arguing, and I'm like, and we gripe a lot. I'm like, but we will always love you forever and ever and ever. And he's like, thank you, that's very nice, and then gave me a hug. And I was like, aw, I got a hug from Saru. I was so excited. I have a picture of me and him somewhere.
Yeah. So, just to give you the heads up, if you actually just go to Cameo and look up Star Trek, that's how you find pretty much everyone. Yeah. As far as if there's like a large ensemble set of casts or like variations of a whole bunch of stuff in the same genre, like in the same universe, they usually have everything right there.
Right.
So they even have Battlestar Galactica.
Nice.
As one of the categories.
Hey, do they have Grace Park?
For Battlestar Galactica?
Yeah.
Let me see. You're looking for Grace Park?
Yep.
Nope. They have Sam Witwer, Edward James Olmos, Aaron Douglas,
James Olmos,
Katie Sinclair.
See, the thing about this is that if I were to get cameos, I would totally try to get them to say one of their more famous lines.
Well, the only one I would be interested in Star Trek, Battlestar Galactica, and other things like crossover wise, out of all of them, is Rick Worthy.
Yeah.
Because he had a lot of interesting moments, but it's really hard to pin down which of his roles is actually really cool.
Right.
Because he was also on Supernatural, The Magicians, like a whole bunch of other stuff. But they also have Noah Hathaway.
Noah Hathaway.
Yeah,
Boxy.
Atreyu.
And Boxy.
Yeah. So.
This is one of those speaking of Battlestar Galactica.
I didn't see Michael Dorn. Let me see if he's actually. Some of them don't. They purposely do not list.
Yeah.
Because. But Michael Dorn does not have a cameo.
No.
Yeah, he does not have a cameo. Sorry, Watercolor Wednesday has broken down into who's
I'm waiting for my
on
paints to dry.
Who's that person? Who's that
Sorry,
celebrity?
I'm waiting for my paints to dry. This is kind of a cool sort of break.
I'm seriously drawing, folks. I really am. You just can't see it.
Excuse me.
So, trying to see what else that they have in here. So they have like, let's see. They also have a category called voice actors too. James Marster, like one of the first ones that come up under that. John
James
O'Hurley.
Marsters? You mean as in Spike?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, he works as a voice actor too.
Yeah. I met him once too.
Yeah.
Pretty cool dude.
Ernie.
He was nice.
So I just want to point out that they also have Ernie Sabella on there too.
That's interesting.
And for those of you who don't know, that is Pumbaa from The Lion King.
You know he's gonna. You're just gonna have to ask him to make fart jokes.
Exactly. They have John Lovitz on here too. Chris Sarandon.
Oh man, really?
Yeah, Chris Sarandon is $99.
That's not bad.
Yeah, and you just have to add barely $5 and you'll get it within 24 hours.
Barely $5.
Yeah, it's like $4.98 added if you want it within 24 hours. Oh, Billy D. Williams is on here for $300.
$300.
Yeah.
I'll take Billy D. Williams for $300.
Yeah, exactly. Alan Tudyk is $150.
Oh yeah, that wouldn't surprise me. $150 though, you could get him to do K2SO. Actually, I think the funniest thing to do with Alan Tudyk would be, "Hey Alan, could you do me a cameo where you just say one quick phrase from all of the creatures that you're on every Disney flick that you've ever been in?" He was like the chicken in Moana, and he was
just can you say all
parrot.
these lines in hey language?
so freaking funny.
Well, see, the only one like so far that I actually would be really interested in for the voice actor category is Kathy Najimy.
Oh yeah.
She played Mary, the sister Mary in Hocus Pocus. She was also one of the nuns in Sister Act. Dante Bosco is also on here too.
Yeah, I've met Dante a couple of times. He's pretty cool because he comes
George
to
Takei.
Japan all the time. So
I did not see George Takei at all.
no, I don't think he does that.
So actors, really weird thing. So Cassandra Peterson does have a cameo, but she turns it off and does it certain times of the year.
Okay,
when
Makes
she knows
sense.
she has the time to do it.
that also makes sense.
And George Takei is another one that does that way.
Okay, also makes sense too.
So it doesn't like build up so much.
Makes sense to me.
So Tara Sands is on here too.
Uh-huh.
Phil Lamar,
Really?
Annie Potts,
Wow.
Chris Edgerly.
Hemsworth?
No, he was on The Simpsons. He also played Captain Caveman.
I don't know that one.
He was also the blacksmith
Man, I would have loved
in
that.
you know the How to Train Your Dragon.
Yeah. Oh,
The guy that was like the blacksmith that had like a hook for a hand.
all the hands and the feet. Yeah.
Yeah, like he played him.
Fuck, what was his name?
I don't know the character's name.
I know. I feel bad that I forgot the character's name, but yeah, no,
Okay.
continue.
Jonathan Freeman's on here who played Jafar, the cartoon one. I'm trying to see if they have Because they have Grey Elise Griffin, aka Daphne. Scooby-Doo.
Right. Original Daphne?
Original Daphne is dead.
Oh.
Along with original Velma.
Damn.
I think the
destroy my childhood
the
this
original
morning,
voice actor. Yeah, the closest to the original voice actor of Velma is Kate Miyaguchi. And then Grey Elise is the closest to the original Daphne, I would have to say, over the years. They do have E.G. Daily on here.
That's cool.
Amy Hill is also on here.
From King of the Hill?
No, she's Bully. Amy Hill is if you see her face, you'll know who she is.
That's probably true.
Yeah.
I'll look her up.
Yeah. She's an Asian American actress. Basically, if you were growing up anywhere in the 80s and 90s, you probably heard her voice.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. Yep.
Yeah. They do have the co-creator of Phineas and Ferb on here as well, which he is an awesome human being. I wish there wasn't so many side character people on here.
Well, that's
weird. Okay. The Batman the Animated Series, Diane Pershing, who played Poison Ivy.
Okay.
Cool.
That is cool, actually.
I'm sorry, I'm just like randomly looking. I have everything set up to do the watercolor, I swear. But watercolor, the sketch is done, water, paintbrushes, and my sister's calling me. Talk to you later. Hold on.
Love you. Bye-bye.
Yeah, right? This has prompted me to go look for things. Because I was like, oh yeah, I mean, I've like met all these people. Like, here's me and Nichelle Nichols.
Yeah.
Who's like the sweetest person on the planet. Or what?
For a second I was like, oh yeah, that's you.
That's totally me.
It took me a second. I haven't seen an older picture of you in forever.
Well, yeah, I mean, this is back when my hair was not, in fact, gray, but this was 2002 as well. So, this is my icon. And then here's me and Renee Auberjonois.
Nice.
Odo. And I probably should, somewhere along the line, grab, and then here's me and Doug Jones.
Oh yeah, I was there for that show.
Yeah, right? Like totally. But I mean, like,
and I was Max. I actually never went up to go meet him.
Yep, I went up to go meet him too. And
I did not. I was not able to meet him.
Just his handlers just let me walk up and chat with him, and I was like,
nice.
Sweet. It is super cool.
He does some really cool. I love what he's done.
Yeah,
like with the whole prop industry.
He was also Mac Tonight, which I think is so cool. Yeah, he was the moon guy in the commercials from the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
That's like a piece of my history there, you know? squeak?
It was a hiccup that didn't fully escape.
It was like a weird hiccup. It sounded like you squeaked. It was very strange.
I'm still waiting for this freaking book to show up. So I got on a kick of buying art books again, like concept art books.
I am so addicted to art books. It's horrible.
And the one I ordered is on delay still. Like it was supposed to be delivered Monday. It's now Wednesday, and they're like, it's supposed to be out today. And I'm like, and all they keep saying is like, if it doesn't show up today, you can just get a refund. I was like, how about you just give me the book I want? I was like, that's all I want. I just want the book. It's the Horizon Zero Dawn art book.
Oh yeah.
I want it. Well, it was after I started like organizing everything in my office again. I was like, I want another art book.
I can't
But I
believe
did find a really cool one that I
but it
forgot I
won't
had. So, the CG scenes from sketch to finish.
Oh, nice.
This book is amazing. If you're wanting to get into like the concept art side of like environment art,
That's really cool.
like there's the
Brent,
start of it,
Don't worry, it's drying. Here,
and then it goes to the finish. It has some really cool stuff in here.
The ship is drying. It needs to dry. It's coming along nicely though. Now that it's drying out a little bit, it's really looking nice.
Oh, here's one. That's really cool.
Oh, nice.
Started off as a pencil sketch,
Oh yeah. Damn,
and then they went digital with the paints, the
you
blockouts,
made it finally, Cat. Good job.
then all the way to finish. Like, it's so cool. I forgot I had this book. I was like, oh, this book's really good to have right now. I should have had it the whole semester. Good morning, Kat.
Yep.
I've put off my reading. I need to get back on to one class that's all reading right now, and I haven't gotten to it. But finals. Final paintings.
Do this for a long time. I haven't done this in a long time. I need to do this, which is get all the pictures of all the people I've met, where there's actual pictures of me with people I've met, and put them in a folder. You know, people that I have met. So, because they keep I'm always like, oh yeah, I've met these people, and it's it's like. I always think of these things and I'm like, man, I really shouldn't do this. A bunch of reading to do this morning now.
Oh yeah, that's a smudge brush.
Got to meet Connor Trenier. Which was cool as well. Trouble to get on here.
I could do that.
Good heavens. That's annoying. Now you got to use your phone to answer your phone.
Yep.
That's funny. Or your camera to answer your phone.
The heck? Who called me?
It was me.
No one important.
That's again, it was me. Still fits. Still true.
I hate it.
Oh, that's funny.
It was literally a spam call.
Literally.
Yeah. All right. Cool. I figured it out.
And that's how you died.
That was water. I'll be right back.
Yep.
All right.
All right.
Majority of it literally spilt on the mat that my chair is on. So we're good.
That's useful.
It's plastic.
Hello.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
So,
to the stage.
How's your sister?
my sister is good. Her birthday passed, and I had called, left a message, but she just got my message.
Oh.
So that was like the 15th. So it's been 2 days.
Oh. Okay, so that's not terrible.
Yeah. No, I'm just happy she called me back. She got some really good news, and so I'm celebrating with that with her. So
Nice.
but Sarah Notochaney,
Mm-hmm.
Ash Ketchum is on
Mhm.
Cameo, by the way.
Yeah.
Sorry, brain must get back to what I'm supposed to do. Alright. Are we going past 11 today?
No, not really.
No?
We're gonna probably roll up at 11.
Okay. Well, then I feel sheepish.
You feel sheepish?
I will, but I'm just
You
doing
don't
my own
look
shit.
sheepish. You gotta start buying more. This is going to go nicely. I have to clean up. Otherwise, Mr. I must have water at all costs. Boom. Make a complete mess of this.
I mean, water is important.
It is, but he's a little obsessed with it.
You know what? After having a cat that we had to kind of force to drink water, be happy that your cat loves water that much.
It depends. I mean, when he sticks himself in the toilet, I'm kind of, not so impressed.
He
I
puts
mean,
himself in the toilet.
Yeah, he.
Fair.
He's in the
That's a little
toilet.
bit weird.
I mean, we all have our happy spots.
Yeah.
Places.
I had a cat that did the absolute backwards part of that, where instead of drinking out of the toilet, he taught himself how to use the toilet for a bathroom.
Nice.
Yeah.
He taught himself.
Yeah.
Huh.
I went away for like a week, and the person I was with at the time didn't clean the litter box, and I came home and he was pooping and peeing in the toilet. So I just got rid of the litter box, and he just kept doing it.
That's awesome.
That is pretty cool.
I mean, there's worse things to happen.
Yeah. I mean, I was like, well, pet neglect is one thing, but forcing a cat to learn on how to use a toilet, I think is really good. I guess.
It is.
Bye, Brent.
Yep, we're out of here as well. Okay, well, I will be on again tonight. Fair warning, I have a shoot tomorrow morning, so I won't be on tomorrow morning.
Okay.
Because I've got to go, I don't know, somewhere South Colorado or Southern Colorado, somewhere. I don't know. It's a drive. Anyway, so I'll be leaving here really early tomorrow. So we will have to.
Safe travels, guy.
Well, I thank you very much. Good to
I will
have
be
you
at
on the
work.
show, Colton. Good to have you on the show, Pepper.
All right.
Thanks for
I
being
won't be
here.
on tonight because I am going to be meeting up with my D&D group.
Right. Thank you, Brent and Donald and Kat, and Hayden was here for a little while. I think he went back to sleep in his blanket lab. And even Merrick was here for a while, which is interesting because I think he's on a different side of the world. So cool. Well, then I will see you all tonight, and as always, keep your eyes on the stars. Goodbye.